Now gently open your eyes. Your whole life is depend on these five sensory organs. Anything and everything you can think in this planet is only from these five. What you saw, what you hear, what you feel, what you smell, what you touch, or what you taste. And this entire world comes under the left last line, that is perceiver. And for this perceiver, you need all the objects, all the six taste in your tongue, all the different temperature, texture, how a silk feels, how a mud feels, how a clay feels, how a cotton feels, how an iron feels, how a what do you call, a porcupine feel if you touch a porcupine, how a cow feels, how a wall feels, how water feels, everything. And the colors, the reels, the world, the screen, the sky, the ocean, and the sound, the birds, the animals. Our life is filled with all these things. Now, if your mind is telling, hey, I know all these things, what is there about? No, you are not listening to me. Most of the biggest secrets are already known to us, but we have not known that that is a secret. 24 bar 7, you are continuously taking data and saving the data in your system. Imagine your cell phone. What is the capacity of your cell phone? 40 GB, 90 GB, 200 GB, 1 terabyte. Whatever is the data, there is a limit. And anything and everything you save, you download, you add, the speed, the quality of your computer or cell phone will get affected. Yes or no? Now, this brain is limitless without doubt. It can store so many things, but it is not about the capacity of the system, but it is about the RAM on which the entire data is accessed. I don't want to be technical, but this is something which is basic. I hope we all know. So, if the processor is not faster, if the system which handles the memory is not matching with the memory, then even though you have all the data or the space or the storage, it is going to affect you. Every 5 minutes when you spend on reels and watch 20 reels, you are adding so many shit into your head. Every single conversation you make with people, every single word you converse, every single word you listen, it is also going and storing in the data, and it is knowingly or unknowingly affecting your all future actions, thoughts, and words. Have you seen people closing eyes when they do meditation? Because that is the first thing we need to do, because eyes are the most easily distractible object. A word through ears should come to the ears. The smell should reach the tip of the nose. The taste should touch the tongue. The temperature should touch the skin. If I bring a matchstick here, I don't feel the temperature. I need to bring close or I need to touch. But the most dangerous thing are our eyes. Because I can stand and I can watch thousands of people in no time. And not only that, I can see their emotion. I can go into as detailed as possible. So, our eyes are something which is continuously taking data and loading and saving and getting our system slow. Now, let us go to the second one. Now, what happens if the data is stored? You are watching, you are talking, you are eating, you are smelling, you are touching. With all the stored data, there comes the second world. The mind will tell every time, like, I dislike, I like, I dislike, I like, I dislike. This is the only thing mind knows, like, dislike. Now you may say, hey, no, feelings are so many: lust, anger, jealous, confidence, perseverance, revenge, hate, love, compassion, kindness, care, greed. Go on. You add 100 things into the list of the feelings, but in reality, you know how many are there? Very simple. Only two: like and dislike. Only two are there. Not many. Only two are there: like, dislike. There are always two: like, dislike. Lust, you like it. Greed, you like it. Jealousy, you don't want that to happen for that. That fellow scored 100. That fellow's salary is 4 lakhs. Jealousy. What happens? You want that to happen? No, you don't want that to happen. Jealousy means you don't want. Greed means you want. Hate means you don't want. Love means you want. So only two direction. Mind works always in two direction. Push or pull. Like or dislike. Hate or love. Only these two. And all the other things are different flavors of these two nature. And now, when did this happen? When will this happen? This will happen whenever data comes. I'm seeing a person, nice dress. I'm seeing a helmet, oh, nice helmet. I'm seeing a bike, see, the bike is not good. I'm seeing a movie, oh, the poster is good. I'm watching a movie, oh, the movie is not that good like the poster. At the end of the day, the mind always pulls or push. All the sensory organs are the raw data, vegetable. And the mind is the cooking. And here comes the emotion, because based on the likes and based on the dislikes, the emotions get into picture, and it will create so much of feelings. People cry, people cut their hand, people hate, people throw acid on the face, people gift, people sell their kidney to buy an iPhone. Yes or no? And all these things are nothing but how they process the data which they got through the sensory organ. If you think about the entire setup head as a software, then it is also like a data coming, and how you analyze the data, and after analyzation what happens is the result, and or what you conclude at the end of the day, whether to approve it or not, whether to create a bug, or in a technical language, they create bug, and then they'll say no, they raise a red flag, and they'll say no, there's a problem, you need to fix it, and then you come back. And that is what is the third one. What is the third one? Intellect. The intellect will think, hey, no, you are not supposed to do this. Hey, tomorrow there is an exam, you are supposed to study. Hey, you like this person, now you need to help this person, that person is in problem. No, you don't care about this person, why are you suddenly showing so much of love? Maybe you are expecting something else from this person. So this is not pure care, you are so selfish, and what you are doing is wrong. Now this is what is the intellect does. Intellect will tell how we process the data with our emotion, right or wrong. Body get the data, mind pulls the data or push the data, and intellect will say what you did is right or wrong. Our entire life is the result of how these three mechanism works, how these three things function, and who dominates, who decides your life. And if a person understands karma, then that person understands that karma is not fate, karma is not luck, but karma is nothing but as simple as the very word says, karma, action. Yes, karma is not fate. The word karma is equal to action. And once you understand karma is equal to action, then body is action, mind is action, intellect is action. Body is the action in the input data, mind is the action to segregate the data in which box, and intellect is the action where you judge what you have done already. It is the tester. In every software company, we will have this, right? Programmer, tester. Exactly, that is what is mind and intellect. The mind will do the segregation, and the intellect will come and do the proofreading. Correct. Wrong. Correct. Wrong. There are people, those who got stuck and their intellect doesn't work properly, and those people will allow the bug and say, no, there is no bug, there is no red flag, it's all good. And then the system will get into problem, and their relationship with the world will become complicated, and then they will have issues with the client, or they will have issues with their lover, or they will have issues with their partner, or they will have issues with their family member. Why? Because the intellect didn't work properly, because when the mind did a wrong decision, intellect didn't stop it. It's okay. So what? So what is the beautiful question. It is fine if it is for one day. But you know what happens? Every time when I take a wrong decision, for example, this is a hot water, huh? Though the color doesn't look so. This is a hot water with some herbs from China. Now imagine this is not hot water and this is that water, alcohol. Now I am taking alcohol and it's good, good, good. Now body, my tongue, my head likes the kick, and so my mind says I love it. Now what is happening? My mind is telling a decision, and my mind is telling I love it and it is good. No, no, I only take one, so it is logical. I am not taking more, and I am having the balance. I know when to stop, and all these things are happening. And my intellect is also telling, chalo, chalo, he's only taking little. I will allow him to do. Now what happens? I am started taking it. Now I started taking. Now see, the body is allowing, the emotions are agreeing, and the thoughts are also agreeing. When taka, 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 all the three things derive, then this thing will become my samskara. What is samskara? It will become my nature. And once this becomes nature, then this will become so deep into me that this is not gonna be something which is outside me, but this is going to be part and parcel of me. And I'm not talking about the drink anymore, I'm talking about the habit. The habit becomes me. And when the habit becomes me, the problem starts. You know why? It is called vasana. We will come back to it little later. Because this habit goes back and influence my thought process, goes back and influence my emotion, goes back and influence my choices. So next time when I get some thirst, I prefer this than water. Next time when somebody says this is not good, my mind says no, I love it. Next time when there's a decision happening that this is not supposed to be taken, your health is not good, and doctor says, family says, then I will come up with a different intelligence to prove that this is good. Which means when you enter into a problem, the very problem will influence you in such a way that next time you will enter into the problem much more deeper. Last week I was taking a session for MBA students, and I was so happy when I heard one student telling me what they learnt in their life. It was such a small statement. I would like you all to tell that statement and type that statement in chat box. So listen carefully. This is one of the best statement I heard. One time if you do a mistake, it is mistake. But if more than one time if you do a mistake, it is called decision. Can you type in your own way? If more than one time you do a mistake, it is called a decision. I want you all to type this. I'll wait. More than one time, if you do a mistake, it is called a decision. I was so shocked. And this never got into our head. We always think it is a mistake. When you think a mistake, you don't own the thing. You say, oh no, friends forced me. I was not very much interested. I said no, but literally they compelled. I thought this is that, but last I came to know this is this. I only take this much, but later we were talking and I was not aware, and then I took few more glasses. And it is a mistake, I know. The moment when you say mistake, you lose the beauty of it. But when you say decision, you are there. Your eye is there. Your decision making ability is there. And when a person understands every decision of us is influenced by our own actions, the life will become more beautiful. I say the word beautiful, though it is not the right moment, because once you understand what is the disease, once you diagnose what's the problem, your life will be beautiful without doubt. Isn't it? You are understanding somewhere there is a leakage. There is a big vessel. Somewhere there is a leakage. Whatever water you pour, the water is disappearing. Now you don't know where exactly the water is leaking. But the moment when you know where the water is leaking, you will say, ah, you will say or not. Hello, yes or no? You are having a bike and suddenly the air is going on, and you tried a level best and they are doing all different techniques and they don't know where exactly the hole is there. And then what happens when they do and suddenly from one place the bubble come, they will say that there is a joy, right? Understand, the problem's solution is not important.
It's
The
7:30.
problem's origin is important. Go on, write down all these things, type all these things or write down somewhere. We always worried about the solution. No, solution is not the problem. Problem is the problem. We don't even know our problem. People are always looking for the solution without even knowing what is the problem. The problem is not understanding why my life is stuck. The problem is not that you can't change your life, but you don't know what exactly is the origin for the way you are living today. Your wrong decisions, your wrong actions, your wrong words and thoughts are influence of your own everyday thought, word, and action. And there is this loop happening which is continuously connected, interconnected. There are people, so many people come for counseling, and you know what they'll say? Sir, I really want to change myself, but I can't. Sir, I really want to have a beautiful life, but I don't know why. Sir, I every day try, I cry, I write, I put a poster, I put a wallpaper, I tell myself, I motivate myself, and still I don't know why I'm not doing. There is, so many things happening, but you don't know why you are doing all these things. And why exactly you are living like this. No, now you are only interested in the result. You don't know why you want to go there and why you got stuck here. And karma gives you answer for this, because every moment with the body, every moment with the mind, every moment with your intellect is indirectly influencing your future thoughts, future actions, and future emotions. So more you cry, more you get depressed. More you worry, more you enter into the world of worry. More you taste your addictions, more you experience the objects, you will enter into more addiction of the object. If I am drinking one cup every day, then I can never stop with one cup. 100% I can say. Why? Because this one cup will not satisfy you. It will become habit. And then to have the same cup of enjoyment, I need to have two cups. As simple as that. I'll put it in a different way. Let's say a person is smoking, and first time when a person is smoking, he doesn't smoke fully. He is happy with such a small piece of cigarette, and he will just take the small cigarette, pachak, nice, half cigarette, only half cigarette, not even full cigarette. And then what happens? After 5 days, after 10 days, half cigarette doesn't give the same kick. Then you want one cigarette, and then you will say only one cigarette, right? Only one. My child used to tell, after watching Krishna serial in TV, when the parents say only one episode you should watch, only one episode, 15 minutes, one episode. She's just 2 years old. And at the end of the climax, when the credits come up, you know what she'll say? One more, only one more. This is the last, I will not ask. And when you give one more chance, you know what they will say? When the second episode is ending, she'll not stop there. She'll say, only one more. This is the last. This is the final. And exactly this is how the mind works. Because every time when you watch, you are going to get more addicted to it. Every time you touch, you are getting more addicted to it. Every time you use, you are getting more addicted to it. Every time you feel, you are getting more addicted to it. Every time you worry, you complain, you critique, you compare, you are going to get more comparison in your head. Every time you what do you call, there is a right word, feel guilty of something what you did, then you get addicted to feeling guilty. And every time you get addicted to feeling guilty, I have seen people, those who always feel addicted to guilty, and they also justify it because they don't want to come out of guilt at the end of the day. And they also want to justify that, hey, guilt is good, because of guilt I am doing all these things. But honestly tell me, if you like guilt, then let us make more guilt. No, right? We don't want guilt, right? But then why do you want to think about guilt? You think what you want and don't think what you don't want. But we always do the other way around. We do always the negative things because we don't understand. By doing all these negative thought process, we are only inviting more negative thought process. நல்லதையே நினைக்கணும், நல்லதே நடக்கும், நீ எதுவாக நினைக்கிறாயோ எதுவாகவே அதுவாகவே ஆவாய், யதா பாவஹா ததா பவதி, what you think so you become, what you eat that is what you are. All these statements is not going to your heart, it is only going to your head. So you understand it, but you don't realize what exactly that statements are telling. This map, this slide, take a screenshot of this slide. Everybody take a screenshot in your phone or mobile or laptop, whatever you are doing. Take a screenshot of this. I want you to use this screenshot in your LinkedIn page or in your social media, and I want you to consciously get something so deep from your own heart, how your actions are coming back again and again. There are people among us with their particular friend, whenever they sit they always complain, they always talk behind people, they always talk bad about their other people. And with few people we always talk about movies, with few people we always talk about relationship, with few people we always talk about bad things. And you know what is happening? Whenever you do this, you are going to get more locked into this kind of a conversation, and you will never able to come out of it, because every time you go closer, you are also getting more rooted. Every conversation, every thought process, every action is a quicksand. Have you heard quicksand? When you put your feet there, the soil will pull you inside, and then you'll go so deep and you'll get locked. That is called quicksand. And every thought is a quicksand, every action is a quicksand, every word is a quicksand. And all the people today, those who are successful in this world, talk about NLP, talk about manifestation, talk about the law of attraction. And you know what all these things are? Just to have the right thing, so that only the right thing will come up. It's exactly this graph. And they tell as if it is like a magic. You say I am strong, you will become strong. You say I am rich, you will become rich. You say I am healthy, you will become healthy. No, it is not magic. It is not that because you said you are becoming. Because since you are saying this, it is coming back to you in every time when you choose a thing in your life. Next time when I am saying I am healthy, when I get a cup of wine and I get a cup of hot water, my previous words, thoughts, actions influence my decision, and I prefer hot water than something else. I repeat, this is not magic. Manifestation, law of attraction, vibe, flow, you come up with any new terms. It all matters because your thought process, your words, your actions are coming back to us and influencing every choice you make in the future. And this is what is called samsara, the chain. And what is vasana? This is vasana. I'll tell you this. We have already seen it. There are so many evidences. We can have an exclusive session, or I can share you many details on that, whether past life exists or after death we live again or not. But for the time being, I'll tell you something for the confused people and for the people, those who believe. You are not exactly the same like your sibling. If you have a sibling, you'll understand what I'm speaking. You are way different from your sibling. And you and your sibling both are from same parents. So when the raw material is same, why the end product is different? I am putting glass into one machine, and do you think one side I'll put a glass and another side I'll put a mud pot? Can it be possible? If I put a same raw material, can I get the end result product as a glass and a clay? You can't get, right? If I put clay, I'll get only clay end product. If I put glass, I'll get only end raw material, end product with the same glass material. When father and mother are same, why both sons or both daughters or son and daughter are different? They are different not because of parents alone, not because of DNA. Easy to sell on DNA. Why is the question, right? If I am having the attitude of stealing, there are diseases today, even rich people will have the attitude of stealing. So they go to any mall and they tempted to get steal things, or they will have a fear of something, or they will have the attitude of short temper, or they will have attitude of drawing something. All different things we have. And this is not DNA alone, because in DNA we have everything. There are Hundreds and hundreds of different qualities are hidden in DNA, but why only one quality pop up is the question. In my own DNA, white color skin ability is also there, but the black color skin ability has activated, manifested from my DNA, so my skin is black. You are understanding what I'm saying, right? Which means the untapped, unmanifested potential of DNA is so much, which we don't know why those are not manifested in us. Now the question comes why, and the answer is we all have the how do you call the condensed, zipped knowledge and experience of our all previous lives. I'll tell you through a small example. Imagine four people are addicted to alcohol. All the four children are from same house, and father found out that all are drinking. So father called the first son and told, my dear, please don't drink, it is not healthy. The first son stopped drinking. Second son he called and told, my dear son, don't drink. He argued, why not? What if I drink? Why not? That fellow is healthy, this fellow is healthy, I will not drink. And then father again says, no, you should stop it. And second time when the father told, he stopped. Third son didn't listen, but after 1 year, 2 years, father's words he understood, and after 2 years he stopped. The fourth guy didn't listen at all. He was against his father's decision, and he was every day drinking. And later on, matlab, after 10-15 years, he was admitted in Kidwai Cancer Hospital, and from there he called his dad and said, Dad, I'm very sorry. I'm admitted in hospital because of cancer, and I should have listened to you, but I didn't listen. I'm very, very sorry. Now, why four people have different approach towards the same advice? A same teacher is teaching. One one student says the favorite subject, another student says the toughest subject. One student gets 100 marks, another student gets 0 marks. Same teacher is teaching. Now you may say, no, no, the previous teacher didn't teach the foundation properly. Fourth standard teacher didn't teach maths properly. And then at least in LKG everybody should be same, right? No, no, father may be intelligent, maybe they are from a rich family, maybe this child is from illiterate family, chalo. Then from illiterate families, children, two children, how come one become Abdul Kalam and another become nobody? All should be Abdul Kalam, right, from their house. Hello. Which means then you will say dean, then you will say DNA, gene. There should be some logic, right? In this world, everything has a logic behind. There's a reason behind. If this glass, if I drop it, it will not bounce like a rubber ball. Why the rubber ball? Why the glass doesn't bounce like a rubber ball? Because the material, the nature of this glass is not like a ball, so it doesn't bounce back. But the glass has its own feature which is transparent, and a rubber ball doesn't have the feature of a transparency like this glass ball. Likewise, everything has a reason behind, logic behind, science behind, except human lives. I know people in my own hometown Madurai. Am I audible? Am I making, or my voice is less? Hello. Oh, okay, thank you. In Madurai, a 8th standard girl was leaving to school. Father was watering plants in the terrace, and she was about to leave, and she found water falling from the balcony. So she understood father is standing in the terrace. So the girl looked up and called dad to say bye bye before going to school. So the girl clapped and called dad, and the father looked down, and since he was watering the plants, there were water on the floor, so he got slipped, and he straight away landed in front of his own daughter, and he died on the spot. A real story happened near my house. Now, can you come up with any logic to prove this? Why the hell the girl should call and the father should die? The girl went to the school, and then the father slipped and died. The girl only saw father in the hospital. Could be possible. The father didn't die from falling and breaking his head, but he got heart attack and he fell down there itself in the terrace and he died. Possible. Father didn't die at all. He lived happily with the daughter and saw daughter's daughter and lived happily for 60 years. Possible, possible. Why the hell the father should die in front of the girl and the girl should live with this pain till she dies? Can you ever give a counseling and change the girl's pain? The girl every day thinks, my father loves me very much. If at all that day I would have not called my father would have not fell down. And I am the one who killed my father. I called my father, he slipped and he fell down. So I am the reason for my father's death. I killed the daughter. I killed my father. What
It's
age? 8th standard
7:45.
girl. And do you think it is an accident? Do you think it is okay? Not okay. So obviously, there are bigger things which are connected to us. There are bigger maturities involved in us. There are bigger clarities in our life, and all those things we are going to see today. Are you all excited? Hello, hello. Okay, thank you. Okay, so where are we? Sharing window. Okay, I'm going to tell you a very powerful cow story, and for that, I want you all to watch the video. This is a very interesting image. I will share you. This is one of my favorite image. This one image is going to teach you so many things. All the best. I want you all to thank this cow. Everybody say thank you to this cow because this cow is going to help you a lot in your life. Um, can anybody tell me in the comment section how far this cow can walk? Hello. How far this cow can walk? Length of the rope. Okay, can you see there? It is written 20 meters. So how far the cow can now move around? 20 meters? No. Anybody else want to give a try? Till he feels tired. No, no. I'm not telling about the time. I'm telling the distance. How far distance this cow can walk? Can the cow walk 20 meters or more than that? Yeah, you can think. Gokul, you have got the point. It's a pole, and the cow is tied, and the length of the rope is 20 meters. Now, how far the cow can walk? I'll show you the image. Huh? 40 full length diameter. Now imagine we all are these cows. We all have different limits. My rope is 40 meters. Somebody's rope is 100 meters. Somebody's rope is 10 meters. So in that distance, I can freely walk around in my life. There are few things which I can never reach. There are few things which can 100% reach. Is this making sense? Now within this limit, we have earning ability, buy a house, get a degree, all these things. Now, honestly, tell me, if it is written in your karma, in your reachable access, if it is already possible to definitely earn money, if there is already you have the ability to earn, let's say, 10 lakhs per month salary, can anybody stop you? If you have the potential, can anybody stop you? And the answer is yes, somebody can stop. And that is where the free will comes. Free will is a very powerful word. Everybody talk about free will. Free will means what? Freely I can do anything I want in my life. Will to do anything in my life. Free will. I can achieve anything in my life. And we all have this question, whether we have free will or not, whether we can do whatever we want or not. And always remember, there are few things which are out of our limit, which we may not able to do it, and we don't know what. That is the most beautiful part. You don't ask me whether marrying that girl whom I like very much is in the free will or it is not in the free will. There is no app yet by the world to tell whether it falls under this rope length or outside the length. But understand something, there are few things which everybody can't achieve. For example, Ambani made a very big house with so many floors, but he's not living in that house now. Have you heard this? How many of you know this? Please say yes, because I want to know whether you heard or not. Ambani, Anil, and Mukesh Ambani ji built a very big house with so many floors in Mumbai, and workers are living there. For every floor, there are different things, and he is not able to stay because of some. Uh, but if we don't know what are those things, then we can't use the knowledge, right? So yes, we will discuss. I'll come there. And everybody in this planet have their own limitations. There are few people, those who have everything, but they can't use many things because they have diabetes, because they have health issues, because they have so many meetings and companies every day, so they can't enjoy the money which they are earning. So there are XYZ which are outside our limit, though they look like they can, but they can't. Sometimes it can be a very big palace to build outside is not possible, or sometimes having a good sleep is also outside your limit, which you cannot. Now, forget all those things. It is not always you can't reach something outside your limit. Sometimes within your 20 feet distance, whatever you can achieve, sometimes you can't achieve. If you can get good marks, and if that getting good marks is within your limit, sometimes you can't achieve that also. How? See this cow. There's a pole, and the cow went round and round and round, and it reduced the 20 feet to 8 feet. And because of this, what happened? The cow's limit is only 8 feet now, which means around 16 feet now. 40 feet is the capacity, but because of the ignorant moves going around the pillar, made the cow to reduce the ability of movement, and it reduced to 16 feet. And because of which, what happens? Something within the limit it can't achieve. So, though the cow is capable to do, because of the cow's decision, because of the cow's choice, because of the cow's unconscious approach towards life, the cow got caught in his own mistakes, and it couldn't reach many other things, though it is possible. So, if you ask me this question, do we have free will or not? My question is, we have free will within this 20 feet, but there are people, those who can't achieve something which they can achieve, and for this cow, this is not outside free will, this is also free will. But this cow tells, I came, see, it is, I'm putting my effort, I came, see, the rope is tying me, so I can't come out, therefore this is not in my control. So this is what I call fate. But in reality, this cow can achieve this, and this cow can achieve that also. But what the cow is doing, the cow is doing that I can't, because I am locked. And this is what I call as free will. And I understand what you are going to ask. Pass, we will come there a little later. But I want you to get digested this thought first. There are so many things under our free will. There are so many things which are not under our free will. The things which are under our free will, 100% we can access. But sometimes, even though it is achievable, But we, because of our own attitude, our own baggage, which we discussed yesterday, emotional baggage, intellectual baggage, when we, our own self, we lock ourselves and build a wall around us, and we say, no, no, now I can't, no, this is not my cup of coffee. I tried once and it didn't go well. And we ourselves give up because of our own attitude towards life. And because of which, though few achievements are free will, we don't allow that to happen in our life. But also, I want you to understand there are few things which are outside our free will. Now, in this context, if you have any questions, you can ask. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. Shall we proceed further, or anybody is typing? Okay, so I think nobody is typing. I don't know. There is no symbol to show that somebody is typing. So I am going to change the slide and move. I will not able to see your messages. Okay. Now we are also going to see the another mystical part of karma, and I am going to tell you through 4 stories. This boy's name is A, and you know what this boy did? This boy digged in his house 10 feet, and he got big bag of gold, treasure, and he became a rich guy. And the whole village came to know, just by digging 10 feet he got gold, so we also should dig. So what happened? Person B also started digging, and he asked how many feet. A digged 10 feet. Okay, I also will dig 10 feet. 10 feet he digged, no gold. Then he tried one more feet. 11 feet I tried, no gold. 12, 13, 14, 15 feet he tried. Almost 50% extra he digged, and still he couldn't get. So B told there is no gold, and he gave up. But you know where was the gold? Just 1 feet below that. In the 16th feet, gold was there. And in the same B, another person came who is BB. You come up with a different name, BB. And this guy came and he took the same axe, went to the 15th feet, and made one dig. Voila! He got the gold. Now the whole world was more shocked. That guy tried 10 feet and got gold. This guy tried 15 feet and didn't get gold. This guy in the 15th feet tried 1 feet, he got gold. And now by seeing all these 3 people, the third guy came. And you know what the third guy did? Went on digging for 500 feet and he didn't get gold. Now this is what is happening all around us. There are few people without effort getting success. There are few people, those who are getting success after hard work. And there are people, those who are getting without even effort, getting lucky and getting successful. And then comes, there are people, those who try their whole life and they are very talented and potential and capable, and still they will never come to limelight. Now what is this to do with karma? When should I stop? When should I know that I need to stop? And if I try something without getting anything, then what is the point of doing? And this is where karma becomes deep. Karma becomes complicated. We don't know where exactly is the gold. Because from the top, all looks exactly the same. There is no measurable device to tell whether in this path, using this methodology, using this strategy, if you try for 2 years, you will become a billionaire. No. All the successful people, all the coaches, all the trainers, all the entrepreneur trainers will give you motivation. You follow what I am telling, in 30 days you will reach, 90 days you will reach. But it's not about reach or not, whether you can able to do or not. You won't able to do. This 500 feet guy's attitude, if this B guy would have had 1 more feet, he would have won. Yes or no? if this 15 feet guy's attitude the 500 feet guy had, he would have not wasted his 485 feet. He would have give up in the 15th itself, and he would have saved so much of time and effort. So there is no proper, clear, knowable answer for this question, and that is where karma becomes more beautiful. And whole life this question is going to haunt you: when to accept and when to fight. And for this I am going to tell you a very powerful story which I learned in my own life. But before that, I would like to take a small break. I thought of giving you a small break. It is 8 o'clock. So we will take a 3 minutes break. I hope you all are interested to know when to take break and when to fight and when not to fight. We will discuss that very soon. You all are excited? You all are interested? Great. So we'll take a 3 minutes break. 8:03 we will come back. You can just move around and we'll come back. புரிஞ்சுதா? எப்படி இருந்துச்சு? ஆ ம் ஆ ஆ அவன் சும்மா ஒரு படம் அவ்வளோ. என்ன கற்றுக்கிட்ட? ஜெயிக்க முடியாதுல்ல, புரிஞ்சிக்க முடியாது. ஜெயிக்க முடியாதுன்னு சொன்னால் நம்ம முயற்சியே பண்ண வேண்டாமே. நீ எதுக்கு எக்ஸாம் போகிற, ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகிற, படிக்கிற? கர்மான வெறும் செயல், அவ்வளோதான். அது ஒன்றும் ஏதோ ஒரு வானத்தில் விழுற ஒரு விஷயம் இல்லை. கர்மானா அவனுக்கு என்ன தெரியாது. கர்மாவுக்கு சாதாரண வார்த்தை என்னென்னா செயல். நம்ம பண்ணுற எல்லாமே கர்ம பண்ணி அதை வச்சு அடிக்கிறது கர்மா, இதை காலில் மாட்டுறது கர்மா, இதை திரும்ப அங்கேயே போட்டது கர்மா. கர்மான செயல். ஆனால் எல்லா செயலும் நம்மளை பாதிக்கும். இப்போ இந்த இடத்த நீ வேறு மாதிரி அமைச்சிருக்கலாம். இப்போ நீ உட்காரத நிமிர்ந்து உட்காந்துருக்கலாம். இது இப்படியே தூக்கி போடாமல் இருந்திருக்கலாம். கரெக்டாக எழுதாத போது அந்த ஷார்ப்னரை வந்து அந்த பாக்ஸ்குள்ளே வச்சு முடிக்கலாம். கரெக்டாக? அப்போ ஒவ்வொரு செயலையும் நம்ம எப்படி பண்ணுறோம் அப்படிங்கிறதுல தான் நம்மளோட அடுத்த செயலும் அடுத்த சிந்தனையும் இருக்குது. இன்னும் ஒரு நிமிஷம் தான். you all are back, you can put a thumbs up. Rahul, Prakash, Gokul. Oh, all came. So nice. Okay. So, the lady whom you are seeing is Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. She's a saint. She's in India. She's in Kerala, and she's my guru. Uh, Around 8 years ago, I was teaching in Bangalore campus. I was a faculty there, and I faced a very big problem. I got a small chit on my table which was telling I am not a good teacher and I should quit teaching. And I was seriously affected by this letter because I was considering myself as a good teacher and I am doing justice to my career. And this letter was written by some student, that much I could know, but there was no name, and it was also written with the left hand to not know the handwriting. And I got confused, and I felt somebody is disturbed, some child is affected. So I thought maybe I should quit my job, and I sent a resignation mail to the director and dean, and they didn't accept. And they told, don't worry about all these things, there is no complaint as such, and some mentally retarded people would have made some things, why are you bothered about. But I felt bad because I don't know who, and somebody is affected. And whenever I teach, somebody is, maybe my mind will say, no, maybe this person is affected, maybe that person is disturbed because of me. So as a teacher, I should not be a burden to anybody. Therefore, if at all 100% good, at least one bad should not happen. Therefore, it is better to quit. And when this confusion happened, I don't know what to do. So I thought of meeting my guru and ask solution. And that is when I met my guru and I went and spoke with the same paper. And here I want to tell you something. In spirituality, there is a very powerful concept called prasada buddhi. Prasada means, in temple what they give. In prasadam, when you get a prasadam, you can't say, give me the cashew or don't give me the chili. You can't say. There is no choosy thing. You put your hand down, you don't even take, you just put your hand down, and whatever they give, you take. You have only one side approach. So, in prasada buddhi means, in your intellectual approach, you will have the attitude of accepting everything and you don't fight. You understand why we are talking about this thing now, because the attitude towards life is always about two: when to accept and when to fight. When to accept and when to fight. And when this question comes in, the always the possibility is about whether you are going to uh, win or not. If there is a possibility of winning, then you will try or fight. When the possibility of winning is less, then you will not fight and you will accept and you walk away. So I always believed then that prasada buddhi is best. I should not fight, I should accept whatever comes. And my guru also says, Makale, നിങ്ങൾ പ്രസാദ ബുദ്ധിയോടെ ഇരിക്കണം. My dear children, you should have the attitude of prasada buddhi in your head, so that whatever happens in your life, you should accept it, and whatever comes to your life, you should accept it with the prasada buddhi. So when the letter came, the first thing came to my mind is prasada buddhi. There is a letter and the letter says quit. Maybe this is the time I should quit. And I thought I am a big philosopher and I am applying the knowledge which I learnt, and therefore I am doing right thing and I should not fight, so I should quit. And that is where I wrote the letter to resign. Now I got confused, so I took the paper and I gave to my guru and I showed that paper to guru and I told, what should I do? And she said, what you are doing is right, and you are teaching nothing bad. So if at all anybody is disturbed, don't bother about them. Even if one small person's life is transformed because of your session, for that person the whole world is transformed, whole life is transformed. So you don't bother whether you transformed everybody or not. Even if small change you do, that small change is a change. So therefore you don't go with the perfection of attitude to change everything and all. Something good you are doing, therefore don't worry about all these things. And my mind was telling, should I accept or fight? So I asked, but my dear guru, you said always prasada buddhi, and now the letter says quit, and should I not take this as prasada buddhi? Then she gave a big laugh. To be frank, she was angry. And then she laughed loudly, and then she asked me this question: what will you do when someone shows gun at you? And I thought for a moment, and I said, Prasada Buddhi, I will accept. If at all I am supposed to die that time, then I will die. If I am not about to die, then the gun will not work properly. So I will just stand there and I will accept the bullet. And when I said this, she got angry and she scolded me and she said, my dear idiot, you are not supposed to do that, because whatever happens in life, you are supposed to not accept like that. You need to fight. Then I told her, then what is a Prasada Buddhi? And that is when she gave the biggest secret. Whatever happens in past, you should accept as Prasada Buddhi. क्योंकि वो सब हो गया, हो चुका है, நடந்து முடிஞ்சிருச்சு, happened already. But whichever is going to happen or whichever is happening, you should not have the attitude of Prasada Buddhi. You should go with the fighter spirit. You need to try your level best and you should give your best. And I was so confused. Wow. So do you mean that when somebody shows gun, I should not accept, I should run? You should run. Because you have an option there. You can take a decision there. When there is option, when there is decision, you need to go based on right and wrong and not based on some stupid philosophy in the head and accept it, even though when you get an opportunity to act. So when there is no possibility to change anything in your past, when you can't do anything from your past, that past you should accept as Prasada Buddhi. There are so many times in our life we got stuck with the past. It can be our past school and past friends. I know few people, those who hate moving to different school. Why? Because all their friends are in the previous school. And even after joining new school, they will be always worried about their previous friends and they will not mingle with the new friends. And they got stuck there. If it is friends in 4th standard, it is okay. But if it is in a relationship, when you love somebody and that person left you and now the another person came and you are married and living and still you don't accept what happened in the past and in the head you carry that person in the head, then you are in trouble. Which means Prasada Buddhi or acceptance should happen to all the past happened in our life. Whomever we lost, whomever we missed, whatever we couldn't achieve, whatever happened in our life to us, past. Big full stop and say accept. Prasada Buddhi. But whatever is in front of you, everything in the present moment, everything in the future, you should act as if you have the complete control over to do whatever you want to do in your life. And that is where the real free will comes in. I know there are few questions, but before going to the questions, I will take 2-3 more topics and then we will have the questions. There are 3 types of karma which all the scriptures say. One is called Sanchita Karma, storehouse of all the actions result. Prarabdha Karma, whatever you are supposed to experience in this life, all the pain, all the happiness. If in your life you have the ability, opportunity to travel foreign, regardless of whether you have money or not, you will travel to foreign land. If you have the ability to have a own house, then regardless of whether you pay the EMI and you have the ability or not, you will live in a own house. Now this is called Prarabdha Karma, and you are supposed to get into some disease or accident, then regardless of how safe you are, you will get into something. So all the pain, all the pleasure which you are experiencing in this life is called Prarabdha. And then comes Agami. Whatever pain you are undergoing, whatever good things are happening, what you do with that, how you handle that. You got lottery, but what you do with the lottery, how you make the money productive, that is in your hand. Not all the people, those who won lottery, are becoming rich. Have you heard the statistics? In Kerala, so many people buy lottery ticket, and every month there are people, those who become, every week there are people, those who win lottery and become rich. But the statistics says not all the people, those who became millionaires in the luck of lottery, are sustainable rich people in the future, because in no time they will come back to the same empty hand position where they don't have money position they will reach, because it is not about what you get, but what you do with what you get matters. And that is where the agami means future karma. Don't worry about these names, I am going to explain it in detail through different examples. Now imagine the arrows. Now all the arrows are a different action. One arrow is happiness, one arrow is sadness, one arrow is accident, one arrow is gift, one arrow is a salary, one arrow is EMI, one arrow is a good friend, another arrow is a betraying, backstabbing friend. All happiness and pain, different arrow. Now, whatever is in the quill is called the storehouse. Continuously, there are hundreds of um, arrows in the bag. The bag store karma phala, or the result of different actions of different lives, is called the sanchita karma, or the storehouse. And whatever you take, 5 or 10, now that is what is you are going to do and enjoy in this life. Now that is what is the prarabdha, whichever you are supposed to encounter in this life. Even people like Narendra Modi, with that much of security and all people around every step, there are people 20-30 kilometers they swipe and they clean the place and they watch with the different snipers from all direction and make sure that he will not get hurt. But when he climbs the staircase, if he stumbles and falls down, he will definitely get hurt. And already it happened in Kashi once, which means if a person is supposed to undergo a pain, regardless of any security, any level of best facility that person gets, the pain is inevitable. It can come in the form of a disease, it can come in the form of an accident, it can come in the form of a loss of their loved ones, n number of ways. So this prarabdha is for everybody, regardless of money, knowledge, health, etc. And now, based on the hit, what you get back again is the result of it. In video game, when you play, if you play correctly, your life will become increased, right? You will have more opportunity to play. The same way in exhibition, if you do the arrow shooting or gun shooting, if 4 balloons you shot, then they will give you few more bullets to shoot again. Likewise, the prarabdha, if you do well, and the right attitude if you do without creating more bad things, then you will get more arrows into the bag. This is how the loop of karma happens. Sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, agami karma. Now I am explaining this in a different example using money. So Sanchita karma is a fixed deposit, like a money which is stored in the bank, and it's just going to be there. And from there you will get interest, and with that you enjoy. Prarabdha karma is like a monthly withdrawal or a salary or something, where that much you will get and that much you need to spend. Like Rajinikanth movie, some movie came right old back. This much amount of money is there, and you should use this money within this given time. And that given time is our life. And that is why even an old person about to die will get a good news or will get a bad news. Even a small child will struggle or will feel very happy for no reason. So happiness and pain is inevitable for everybody in this planet. Till they die, whatever they are supposed to experience, they will experience. And agami is based on the experience what they are undergoing, how they know more and live better decides the future, adding action results. Now the same thing I am giving with a different example. Whatever I told I am sharing, I'll share you all these things later. Now I'm going to talk to you something very deep. But before that, if you have a question, we will discuss, and then I'll go there. I'll wait for 10 seconds. If there is a question, you can type or you can ask. Okay. Now we are going to discuss something which is very, very deep. 10, 15, 18 years ago, when I was studying in my Gurukul, when I was 19-year-old, I met an 85-year-old astrologer who addressed us. Nageshwar Rao, some name, his name is. And this old man When he came and we talked about astrology, I asked him a question, the same question which everybody asks. Uh, when will I know that I have luck? What? When will I? How will I know that which I can achieve, which I cannot achieve? When I asked this question, he told me three types of karmas are there. Three types of karmas are there. To be frank, it is not karma; it is karma phala. Three types of karma result, actions result you are going to experience in life. And the first thing is called dhrida karma. And dhrida karma means unchangeable, fixed, definitely gonna happen actions in your life. If I am going to get a gold watch, regardless of I don't buy, I don't have money, I don't ask anybody to come for my birthday, I even lock all my birthday dates in all my social media, and somehow somebody will come to know and something will happen, somehow I will get a gold watch. Because me getting gold watch is in the Dhrida Pala, that is definitely I am supposed to get. And the same way vice versa, if I am supposed to stumble and break my leg, or if I am supposed to fight with somebody, then it is gonna happen regardless of whether I try my level best to skip it or not. If something is pakka gonna happen, definitely good or bad, then that action's result or that experience comes under dhrida karma phala. Birth in a certain family, death at a certain time, and certain irreversible illness or life or cancer, whatever, people all are encountering all these things. But you can choose your response. Yes, whether to cry or not, whether to feel bad or not, whether to curse somebody or not, that and all is in our control. But happening, you can't stop. And then comes the second category. The second category is very interesting. The second category is called adhrida karma. Adhrida karma. Dhrida means solid. Adhrida means not solid, not fixed. It is little weak. What does that means? It is not that something pakka will happen. It doesn't happen. It may happen. You understand it? Even it is like a paper sitting on a rock. You just to touch it, you just you say blow it, the paper will fly. So there are people, those who get good marks with a little effort. For them, getting marks is adhrida pala. There are few people, those who don't study and don't write exam, and still some mistake will happen, some confusion will happen, and they'll get marks. There are such things. I am in teaching profession. Since 2009, I am in the teaching field, and I am watching so many faculties and students and different evaluations. Sometimes all things happen, and all these things happen not with the logics or intention. Sometimes it happens, and this is what is called dhrida pala. So without effort, also sometimes a person will get something, and with a little effort, with a little push, also sometimes some people will achieve something or miss something. So that uncertain thing is called adhrida phala, and many things fall under this category also. It is like your mother will say, right? Watch the TV little far away so that your eyes will not get damaged. Drink this kashayam so that you will not get cold. Now, uh, just by drinking that kashayam, you may not get cough or cold, and that kashayam literally helped. But if you don't drink the kashayam, then you might have got into a bigger illness. So that one glass of water indirectly influenced and changed your karma's result. Now this is what is called adhrida karma. Now here is our king master, king maker comes in. This is called dhrida karma. Dhrida adhrida karma, which means you will pakka don't get this job, but for minimum 3 months every day 4 hours you struggle and you work hard and you focus and you learn and you do the certification and you make yourself more productive and more useful and you become more disciplined and you improve your communication, then there is a possibility that you may get this job after certain months. Now what is this? Logically no, but if you put more effort, then there is possibility. Now this is what is called a adhrida karma, which means you need to put more effort and you need to fight for it, and after so much of effort, there is a possibility of a growth. This is what we see all around us. எப்படி இருந்தோம் எப்படி ஆயிட்டான், what kind of a life this family lived, they were all struggling to make one meal a day, and today they all are so rich and so successful. And it is not just somebody won a lottery and next day they become rich, or somebody gave money to them and made them rich next day. No, somebody in that family worked hard day and night and shed blood like sweat, and because of which the success would have happened. And if it is so, then that comes under drida karma. One day he was walking in the road and one politician came and he helped the politician, and the politician felt very happy with this boy, and he picked this boy and he made him his binami, and next month he became a rich guy. Then it is adhrida karma. This guy's design itself is to become a rich guy. Therefore, regardless of whether he put effort or not, regardless of whether he met anybody or not, this person's destiny is to become rich. That much sure it will happen. You hide this person somewhere, then also this person will become rich. You cut his legs and hands, and then also this person somehow will become rich. If that is the case, then he is in the first category, dhrida karma. So these are all the three types of action. And I want to tell you, not yet over, so don't come to the conclusion. Karma is not fatalism, it is a map showing what you must face, what you can erase, and what you are meant to transform. Dhrida karma, adhrida karma, dhrida karma. Fixed and unchangeable destiny, transformable with the hard work and effort, dhrida, and weak and dissolvable result. Now our life is filled with all such things, and all these things decide our own action. And if you ask me, what should we do connected to this statement of, where is the statement? What is past and what is present and future? We don't know what is your combination of these three. In your life, your parents are dhrida karma, or your wife is adhrida karma, or your husband is dhrida karma. I don't know, and you also will not know. But I want to suggest you something. Always think all the future is dhrida. What is dhrida? Do you remember? This is dhrida. This is dhrida. These karmas are strong enough to manifest, but can be changed with the sincere effort, sadhana, grace, conscious transformation, and hard work. And I want you to understand, whatever's in the future, think that as dhrida karma. If you put more effort, it will happen. And only when you say this, you will really put effort. Most of us don't put effort. We see others, that fellow reached in 10 steps, then I will put one more step, 11 steps max. And if I don't get, then I will drop it. We don't know that the entire algorithm OS is different from person to person. Therefore, the same steps and the same formula doesn't work for all. That is why Elon Musk is different from Steve Jobs. That is why Tesla is different from Einstein. Everybody have their own path, their own failure, their own success, their own secrets. And if everybody are unique in their own way, why the hell you should just watch others and try that kind of a life? You can't get and you won't get. Why? Because you are unique in your own way. And to understand this, you need to accept your future is dhrida, so that you will not come to a conclusion. I think for me, my future is impossible. I can never make money. I can't be a successful person. I won't get a good partner. Getting good partner is impossible. Having a good job is impossible. Putting all things in the future and thinking that it is not possible. Then you know what happened? Your effort will be zero. Your effort will be passionless. But once you understand dhrida, I need to put effort, and if I push, it will happen. Then your effort will be genuine. Your actions will be honest. And when the action will be honest, only then there is a progress. I know. Then what about that 500 feet guy? He digged continuously 500 feet and he didn't get anything. So do you want me to also dig 500 feet and end up in a confusion that nothing works? Well, that is where I want to give you a hack. I repeat, this is going to be the mystical part of the day. I'm going to give you a hack. HACK hack. How many of you want to know the hack? Type hack. HACK. How to know when to stop, how to know when not to stop. Hack. And I tell you, I have hundreds of examples, and this is not belief system, this is experiential truth and also experimental truth in many of my students' life. And people call it miracle, but it is not. This is a very powerful, beautiful story happened in Mahabharat. Can you see a yogi sitting under a tree and there is a crane in the top of the tree? This yogi was meditating for so many years, and this crane one day shit on him.
It's 8:30.
And when the crane shit on him, for a moment Yogi got angry and looked angrily at the crane, and the bird burnt and fell as ashes. In Tamil they say Kokkana Ninaitayo Konganava. The person's name is Kongana, the person who was doing the meditation. And he saw the crane, and the crane burnt into ashes, and the ash fell down. And he was so surprised because till then no magic happened in his life, no powers he had. So, just because of this one moment, he understood the 10 years of meditation is happening and changing him, and he's getting more powers that he can burn a bird just by seeing. So, he became so happy, and he was so happy in such a way that he went out for begging that day, and he went in front of one house and he knocked the door and he told Bhavati Bhikshande, he give me food. And the housewife who was there in that house was serving her husband food. So she looked outside and told, my dear sir, please wait, I am coming. Now this guy is egoistic now. Why? Because now he is not a normal person. He is a Marvel character. He is a Avenger. He is a X-Men. He can burn a crane just by looking. And because of this attitude, he got angry. He literally thought, do you know who I am? What power I got? You want me to wait for you? This kind of attitude popped into his head. So he looked into the eyes of this lady and he told, he looked into the eyes of the lady and he told, you, okay, okay. He looked into the eyes of the lady and he told, you want me to wait? By the time the lady came out slowly with the food, and she laughed at this poor yogi and she smiled and told, Kokkana ninaitayo konganava, because he was fiercely looking at this lady. This lady smiled and told, do you think I am a crane, my dear Kongana? Do you think I'll get burnt by your eyes? This man fell down at the feet of that lady. My dear mother, how do you know? It happened in the forest when nobody was there, and that too it happened so many hours ago, and I'm 100% sure you are not there. But how do you know that I burnt a crane with my eyes? And how do you know that I had ego now and I am looking at you with so much of anger to show my power? How do you know? The mother smiled and told, see, bro, I don't have time for all these things. My husband is eating, I need to serve food for him. So, if at all you are very serious to know the answer, walk towards this direction, these many kilometers, you will find another village, and in that village, market, you will find one butcher who cuts all the animals and sells all the animals. You ask him, he will tell how I came to know. Now, this man got more confused. I have done 10 years of meditation and I got power just now, and you guys are not looking like a meditators. You are worldly people, married and family and happily living, and you have power. And when I asked you, how did you know? You are saying some random butcher, a low caste fellow who cuts animals for his living, he knows why and how you know that I killed a bird. It's all astounding. The lady told, I don't have time. Bye. Went inside. This man was completely ruined. One morning it was like the happiest moment, and within few hours it was doomed. He started walking with so much of heaviness. He couldn't understand whether I am in the right path. How can these normal people know what I don't know? How can these people have these many powers without doing any meditation? Then what is the real purpose of all these exercises? All these things he was thinking. He went to the next village. He went to the market, and he was standing in the market. And when he was looking at those people, the butcher smiled and told, oh, my dear sir, please come, sit here. The lady sent you, right, to know how she came to know about you. Wait, I'll finish this work and I'll come and talk to you. This man almost fainted. How? How the hell this person knew what happened? How the hell he could tell what happened? So he couldn't digest. So he was waiting, sitting and watching this guy very closely. Is he chanting any mantra in his mouth? Is he having any yantra or tantra in his hand? Or is he having any secret powerful deity around him telling in the ears what is happening? He was coming up with all wild guesses. But that man was like a simple, normal, happy soul. After cutting all the animals and selling all the animals, and everybody is gone, when he closed all the shop, and he slowly went inside the house, took a bath, and touched his parents' feet. And that is when the yogi understood that the parents are lying down there and they all are very poor and very weak, therefore they couldn't even walk. And this guy took them to bathroom and cleaned them and washed their feet, and then he touched their feet and worshipped evening, and then came out and sat next to this person. And he asked, yes sir, tell me, what is your question? The yogi, without any second thought, fell at the feet of this butcher and told, my dear sir, please help me out. How do you get all these powers? And why are you having all these powers cutting animals and selling animals? Why can't you do something bigger? And this entire story comes in Mahabharat, and the butcher's name is Vyadha, and he is called Dharma Vyadha, and this is called Vyadha Gita. Like Bhagavad Gita of Krishna, in Mahabharata there are different Gitas, and one such very interesting Gita is called Vyadha Gita. The conversation which happened between the butcher and the yogi, and they both started talking. And the yogi says, I didn't kill a single creature in my life. Understand, my dearest. The butcher is saying, I didn't kill a single creature in my life. And the yogi was confused because just now he saw him killing so many birds and animals. And the butcher is smilingly telling with so much of peace and confidence that I never killed a single creature in my life. And then he made another statement, but you killed a bird today. Why? Because when he killed the bird, he smiled. When he killed the bird, he owned the action that I killed, I killed. And karma works only when you say the word I. I repeat, my dearest, please do listen. This is the best part of entire 2 days of workshop. Any action you do, if you don't own the action as I am doing, if you don't use the word I am doing, then that action can't affect you. Every time when you get frustrated, it is because you have expectation behind. Think, I want something, and when the want comes, only then the action will become I filled action. When the I disappears, then only the action exists. And all great people, when they perform without I. And whenever they perform without I, the most beautiful things happen. I don't want to call you all yogis and spiritual monks. Don't think always the happy people are saint and non-married forest dwellers or cave people. No. Cricket player Ashwin, who is a bowler, in one of his interview he says, I will bowl and I will roll my hand and I will swing my hand. The hand will slowly go towards the side of the stump, and when I release the ball, you know what he said later? He says, I become the ball and I don't exist. I roll as ball and I hit the pitch and I move there. And that is what is called I-lessness. Today the whole world talks about flow, flow, flow. The entire management world talks about flow, 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 flow. I want to go to the flow state. What is flow state? This is flow state. Without I, when you perform an action, it is called flow state. A painter who's painting, there comes a moment where he forgets that he's painting. The painting takes over, and the painting will make the next move. The colors he is not choosing, the color will choose, the brush will choose, the painting will demand the color, and the painting takes over. And when such a painting happens, don't ever think that the painter will take the credit of the painting. No, the painter will say, I didn't paint, the painting happened. And when the painting happened, moment comes, that is what is the real action, where there is no reaction for that action. The entire law of action which we discussed till now, yesterday, from yesterday, everything will become nullified if you can do one step away from your actions attitude, and you say, I am not doing, but the action is happening. And when a person can perform any performance perfectly without me doing, I am doing, for this purpose I am doing, for this expectation I am doing, when all these things are gone, what that person does will become marvelous creation of universe. All the great things happened like that. All the beautiful things happen to this world like that, because human beings can't do anything. Whenever somebody tries to do something consciously with the I, it doesn't go well. And whenever you forget everything, that time something beautiful happens. I still remember this. I don't remember exactly the people involved. Two people were sitting in the mountain top, and there was a very beautiful sunrise happening. And next day, when the same sunset was happening, and people were uh, people were watching sunset, and this guy didn't bring his friend, he went alone. And somebody asked, hey, yesterday you bought one friend, you are going to that mountain top? Yes. You are going to see the sunset? Yes. Yesterday you bought your friend? Yes. Why you didn't bring him today? He smiled and told, he is speaking. Did you get it? What did he say? My friend is speaking. Why? You might have seen people, when they watch something, they say, wow, whoa, hey, did you see? Oh, what a beautiful, they speak, they exaggerate, or they explain what they are feeling, they use words, they shout, they howl. You know why these people are doing all these things? Because they want to tell they like it. They want to tell they love it. They want to tell they are seeing something which is unbelievable. But when they see something which is unbelievably beautiful, and when they see something without having the eye, at that time they can't make a single sound. I remember the Jurassic Park first movie. In Jurassic Park first movie, the jeep will go, and suddenly the jeep will stop, and somebody will be talking, and the girl head, the man will turn, and then they will see there will be this vegetarian dinosaur standing there and eating, and everybody will stop talking, and everybody will be looking at the dinosaur, and nobody will speak. Why? Because their eye is vanished. I am seeing is gone. I have never seen this kind of a thing is gone. Even in the latest Jurassic World movie also, exactly the same scene comes where they meet something unbelievably beautiful, and everybody will become silent. There is a Marathi movie called Katyar Kajarat Gusal is something, where Shankar Mahadevan is the hero, and they talk about two musicians. And when Shankar Mahadevan, the Raja Pandit of Raja Gayak of the court, makes one song, for the previous singer, everybody will clap and everybody will praise. And when Shankar Mahadevan starts singing, and when he stops singing, nobody will clap. Nobody will clap. You know why? Because they forgot them. The real beautiful things happen when your eye disappear, and karma stops when your eye disappear. I'll make a statement. Your passion stops your eye. Somebody asked Elon Musk, what is passion? And Elon Musk says, if you can do something, even if you don't get money from it, even if nobody likes it, even if nobody praise you for doing that, and still if you want to do it, then that is passion. Honestly tell me, when nobody praise you and when you don't get money out of it, do you still do it? Think about your job. When they don't give you salary and when nobody appreciates your work, will you work? Is there anything in your life where you do something with so much of love and
It's
passion,
8:45.
regardless of result? If you would have done something in your life in that way, then I tell you, my dearest, you have found your passion. Because in passion, your I disappear, your ego disappear, your attitude towards your action disappear, your expectation towards the result disappear. Now your simple question is the same: should I stop digging or not? The game is not about the gold, the game is about digging alone. Do you like digging or not is the question. I repeat, the goal is not about gold. If at all you think gold is the goal, then even after you fail after digging 500 feet, you will feel happy. I don't know whether you heard me right or not. I will repeat. If your goal is gold, and even if you fail after digging 500 feet, you will not feel bad. 999 times when Edison failed, Edison didn't feel bad. Why? Because he understood the 999 times is not the right way to do. So, for a person who is always thinking about the result and not connecting the action, will always think 500 feet is a failure. But for a person whose goal is not about failure or past but the very action, then there is no failure. I'll tell it in a different way, in a deeper way. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's son, his name is Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj 100% knew that he is going to die. And there is no chance that these people are going to leave me alone. And he is 100% sure that they are going to chop him into pieces, they are going to peel his skin, they are going to pluck his eyes, they are going to torture him as much as possible. Now, there is no point in living, but still he tried, fighting till the last breath, even though 100% he knows that they are not going to leave me alone. Katta Bomman, he's a failure. They hanged him. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru, all the three were hanged and killed. And they tried. They tried till the last breath, even though they know that they are not going to become successful. Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bhai, definitely not of success. She died in the war. All the great people whom you take, they failed, but they won. All the losers see the 500 feet. But in that process, what a person become, what a person gain, what a person achieve, what a person learn, that is success. Somebody asked Steve Jobs, Steve, you are so great. Whatever you touch is becoming successful. Therefore, you are very lucky person. Steve Jobs smiled and told, do you know who I am? You only saw the 4 products which became successful in Apple. I know all the 96 products which failed. Not me telling, Steve Jobs telling. The company which is bigger than IBM, Microsoft, Google put together. That Apple company's owner is telling, you only know the 4 success products, but I know the 96 failures of all my initiatives. So, yes, failure is part of life. So my dearest, karma is not what we think. Karma is not always having everything clear in the next step. Now, this is the slide, the second hack which I want to tell. What you saw through this story is the first hack. The moment when you pull the I attitude out of the action and you perform better, zoom, your life will change. You don't get what you want and still you will be successful. You didn't get what you expected and still you feel happy and you will sleep happily. And all the people, those who are struggling, all the people, those who are incompetent and they think they are inferior and they are waste, all those people have I involved in all their action. And that is why every struggle is, every failure is making them more weaker and more poorer. If Edison would have had this attitude of I am Edison and I am doing and this experiment I will win, then he can't even cross the 40 or 20. He would have accepted defeat and he would have said, no, no, I can't do it. But since he was not doing with the I and he was doing with the passion and he was doing the action without I, he could do 100 times and 200 times and 300 times and 400, 500, 999 times and still he could pursue for one more time and win. The second hack is, even if you are not ready to do all these things with your effort and you are not ready to change your attitude XYZ, there is always something else which can save you. That is where the guru or god, kripa or grace comes in, and that is where the religious surrender devotion comes in. So if at all you are a devotee of some god or guru, and if at all you are having a connection between you and some deity or guru, then this is also an hack where you completely surrender the result of the action and then give the try. First I told there is nothing, you intellectually understand and you give up the attitude of I and you perform. But we are not that great. If you think, then you connect with somebody and you make that person to take care of whatever it is and then you try everything the same way. And that is when the complete surrender happens, the guru kripa enters. And the best example is made as a movie right now and it is in the theaters now. And can anybody tell what is the movie name? To explain what is the divine's grace? Narasimha. Yes, exactly. And I recommend you all to watch this movie regardless of whether you are a devotee or not, because once you watch this movie you will understand what kind of a commitment and perseverance this small boy had. And there was a conversation, I also didn't watch this movie, I just saw in an Instagram clip where the people, those were killing Prahalada, the small boy, the asuras were asking Prahalada, "Arey bro, what is the point? If you die, what is the point in worshipping Vishnu? Why are you taking this much risk? Better tell your father is God and Vishnu is not God." At that time, the boy smiles and tells, "If I am alive, then it is Vishnu's grace. If Vishnu don't want me to live, then I will die. So regardless of whether I win or not, I don't care. Whatever Vishnu wants, let him do. I am ready to face life. But I will give my best and I will not give up in my action. Whatever is right according to me, I will do. And my father is not God. And he is harming people and he is hurting people and he is self-centered. Therefore, I will not accept him as God. And for me, Vishnu is God. My father is not God. Therefore, I will stand to my word." Prahalada is not telling, "I don't know, I will not take any decision. No, he didn't go like that. He took his action very clearly. He was not escapist. He was an action taker. And he took the action and he left the result. If death happens, what happens? Let it happen. That is not in my hand. Because obviously it is not in my hand. But whatever is in my hand, I will do pakka. And what is in his hand? That I will not do which is wrong according to me." Now that is where the clarity of surrender or devotion comes in. And this is something which is we discussed now, which is karma yoga, where a person who will always put every action to the front line and not the result. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Don't think about the result, do the action. Think of one person. Everybody, take a notebook and pen or sit alone, close your eyes. I will read out few things. I want you to think about this. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Choose one person who fits into any of the conditions which I am going to say. I am going to tell 4 points. You can choose any one out of 4. Someone who helped you and you never truly thanked that person. You never said thank you honestly, genuinely. If you have never told, then you can choose that person. Or the second option, someone you care for but never expressed it. You really love somebody, but you never told that I love you to that person. Somebody whom you value, but you never expressed your emotion. Close your eyes, don't open your eyes. Third option, you can choose anybody. Someone you are hurt by, but never had the courage to talk and tell that you are hurting me. What you did is not right, or what you are doing is not right. Somebody who's hurting you, and you never had the courage to tell them. Choose somebody like that. Or the last option, someone who's alone and might need to feel seen today. If you talk to them, they feel happy. If you know anybody like that, very close to you. Someone whom you helped and you never thanked. Someone you care and you never expressed. Someone who hurt you and you didn't have the courage to talk to them. And someone who is alone and who may need your presence. Think any one person out of these 4. Don't overthink. Just choose a person. All should be alive. A living person. Now, after this session, I want you to call this person and speak to this person. And I want you to thank that person or say sorry to this person, or you can say I miss you or admire you, I forgive you. What you have done is not good, but I forgive you and I hope that it will not repeat. Or you can just tell them that you mean a lot to me and I value you. I want you to do this without any hesitation, because every big, deep, solid, emotional, intellectually supported actions have a very huge, deep impact in our life. We take our life for granted. Many a times we skip things, do it. We don't value small things. And we really think it is a small thing. But there is nothing in this world which is small. And after this call, I want you to reflect on what happened, how the conversation went, and what came up during the call in your heart and in your body, and how did you feel after cutting the call. And also, I want you to reflect, would I still have made this call if I knew they wouldn't respond? I want you to work on all these statements. Now gently open your eyes. We have come to the conclusion of the Karma workshop. I honestly feel what we are discussing is so vast and so complicated. But my intention is to introduce the world of karma in an accessible, simple way to make your personal life little more accessible, simple. I want you to believe in yourself more and be more conscious in your choices. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your time. You have given your 4 hours, and that's a very big thing. 4 hours of your precious life you have given me. I have tried my best. If you have any questions, we can have those now. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. Can we have all the cameras on at least for one moment so that we can have a screenshot? Can you switch on your cameras wherever you are? Oh, Anirudh what happened to your hand? Your mic is muted.
Yeah, I was correlating to whatever you were explaining. So I met an accident, had a surgery, so
Oh,
at home for now.
okay, okay. Very sorry. Gokul, Prakash, I think they are in office, huh? Ragul, wonderful, wonderful. Three more to go, huh? Once they on, we will take one screenshot. It's my first workshop. I really appreciate your presence. I don't know whether I did justice, whether I reached your expectation. Okay, Prakash can't. What about the other person?
It's 9
Ragul and
o'clock.
Manian. Good
Yeah,
karma
yes,
is
sir, I'm unable to
good
turn
right
on my
now.
speakers.
Why should I be unattached
Right.
when doing it? Okay, we'll see. Rahul, you are coming for video on switching on the video. Oh, he went away, huh? Oh, okay. I'll take a screenshot. Huh? Smile, smile. Hello. If you don't smile, the karma's understanding will be questioned. Wonderful. So, how was the session? What was your expectation? Can anybody speak? Can anybody speak? Can anybody tell what was your takeaway? We'll go one by one if that is okay. Oh, all came, huh? Can we go for one moment? All camera on 1 second. We'll get all these people. I'm very sorry to disturb you. Huh? Arre, this guy again went off. Mr. Prakash,
No, no.
Ragul, all came. Rahul, yes, yes, yes. Yes, done. So, it is time 9 o'clock. We will open the chat box. If you have any questions, we can discuss. And the certificate will be mailed to you. And I'll be very happy if you can make one Google review, or you can make a LinkedIn post on what you learned. You can take any one screenshot of the PDF and you can share it, and what you learned you can make it as a small post, and you can tag me in LinkedIn. That will help to invite more people. And also I'll be very happy if you can give me some suggestions on how to make this workshop more practical. Should we have this kind of a 2 hour session, or month long session with the weekly 1 hour, and 1 month certificate program with or 2 month course with the activities, homeworks, and doing some assignments or group activity with some authentication, partner, and coming up with some group activity projects, etc. So in the WhatsApp group, I'll be happy to hear all your suggestions. So do some brainstorm and come up with some solid suggestions so that we can reach this knowledge to more people in a more practical and impactful way. I did a 2 days workshop in China on karma, and it was so intense, where we had a very slow, very gradual pickup with so much of elaboration, so much of interaction, and it was in a very light but very deep impact. But online has its own limitation, the interaction, the audio. So all those things made its own limitation, so because of which we couldn't make that much. But when your feedback come, I will find out how to improve this session. Now we'll go to the question. Good karma is good right now. Why should I be unattached when doing that? Yes, okay. uh, till now, we never used the word good karma. There is no good karma, bad karma. Every karma has its own baggage, and for every baggage to experience, we will again get life and we will get into the issues. And you call something good because you think it is making some good impact in the society or for you, etc. And here the karma doesn't care what happens out of the action. Karma always cares with what intention a person does. That intention, if it is having it, if the intention is having I am doing for this reason, then the result will be different. Two boys are proposing two different girls. A is proposing B and C is proposing D. The intention behind the proposing person decides the quality of the relationship. Likewise, in every action, whether they end up in a married happy life or not, what intention this entire thing started, that decides the quality of the relationship. Likewise, it is not about good or bad, it is not about the result, it is about the thought process which a person holds. And if you don't understand this, and when you think, and for good reason only I'm trying, I used to always fight with my mother. This is the best example I can give. And my mother has some health issues, and I myself had the same kind of health issues. But I, because of my attachment towards my mother, I used to fight with her, and I used to tell, you are not having control over your tongue, you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to eat this. And I used to scold her. And when I started scolding her, and I thought my intentions are good, and I thought my actions are good, and I thought it is a good one, but my intention is attachment towards her, and I want my mother to be healthy, not for her but for me, so that I can have my mother all the time next to me. And with this approach, my entire journey was there, my entire fight was there, and because of which, every time when I try to do something, it backfires and we both will fight for a long time. Many of our so-called good karma or the good intention is also getting into the trouble. That is why I say the intention is not good or bad, but whether it is related to I or not should be questioned. I will tell you one example. I met two people in my life. I don't know whether I told this here or not. Two people in my life. Both are people those who save girls from sex trafficking, and there are people those who are kidnapping women, and these two people save people from the kidnappers, and both of them helped and saved thousands of women and children from different parts of our country. And one lady is from northern India in Uttarakhand. Her name is Renu D Singh. The another person is from Maharashtra, Nagpur. And I met both of them, and I listened to their story, and I asked the same question to both of them, are you happy? And one person told, I'm very happy, I'm very contentful. But you know what is the story of this lady? Her father or husband, somebody was killed, thinking that in that car she is going. There is so much of life threat, because all the gundas and all the gangsters, those who are involved in the kidnaps, are seeing her as their one and only villain, because of her they couldn't kidnap more people. And so there is a big life threat for her every day, and still she is so happy and peaceful and comfortable. Whereas the second person is also doing the same kind of work, and he is also facing so many trouble. And when I asked, how are you, he said, I'm not happy. I don't know whether my son will come back today from college or not. I don't know tomorrow will I wake up happily or not. I don't know today somebody will attack my house in the midnight or not. So I am not happy. I am always living with fear. Both are doing same action. Both are doing good action. But both are doing with a different intention. One person is not doing for expecting something or with the I-ness. That person is doing without the I. For them, today I wanna save that person, and that person is my only target. I don't want to add one more number to my list. 1,200 people I have saved. 1,240 people I have saved till now. I have done this much of bench record in making these people. No, no, no. There is no I. And whenever the I involves, even a small thing you do, you will get affected. And that is where that story tells you. A person can kill every day 100 bird and doesn't get a single impact on it, and he can have a peaceful sleep. And a person can kill a single bird and make life so pathetic and live unhappily. Any other question? So, since you all are known to me, I'm very, very happy. I'll be very happy to listen to all your feedbacks. I'll also personally call you and I will listen from you. Thank you so much. I will share you the PDF and also I will share you the ebook, and the certificate will be mailed to you. So, in case if you find any difficulty or if you have any other question anytime, feel free to reach me out. We will discuss. Thank you so much. Oh, shall I discontinue the call? So sweet of you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you, Nanda.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you. கட்டியார் கதாரிச் குசாரிஸ்னு ஒரு படம். ஒரு கத்திக்காக பாட்டு பாடி சண்டை போடுவாங்க, பார்த்துருக்கியா? ஆ ஆ கேட்டியா? மனம் வந்துடுறேன். காயத்ரி இருக்காங்களா, போயிட்டாங்களா?